trying to find out if the stream is up and running. Hey, we are back and live. I do apologise. I've had a few issues tonight with the stream, and obviously the stream did unfortunately die, but we are back under racing, and we will get the racing hopefully all broadcasted to you this evening for the F9 tier in PSGL for the Austrian Grand Prix round 7. Black Yoshi is now your race leader. I do apologise for the few technical issues, as I don't normally stream the PSGL races. Obviously my internet is normally okay. I don't know why tonight it's deciding that obviously it knows Jackson is not here, so it decides it wants to play up. So I do apologise, but hopefully we can get the race, rest of it broadcasted with some fantastic racing and commentary to go with it. But if you are returning or tuning in for the first time this evening, this is the PSGL F9 tier on the PS platform for round 7 in the Austrian Grand Prix for the championship in F9. We've got a three-way championship battle which is Kai and Rob, and I believe, where is he, if I can find him, Dustley, who is in P11, and Bandini, which is in P6, as we've got a battle up at the front with Nicholas and Paldi. Nicholas was your pole sitter, as Colesbury has retired from the session. Unfortunately, we didn't catch that, but he did retire from the session. So it looks like the stream is back now. We've got a Sector 2 and Sector 3 in the fact that may be Petuel McLaren driver. As Kai and Rob, I believe, is going to go side by side, but gets the move done on Nicholas. Oh, no, as Kai and Rob is on the soft compound tyre, as Petraka gets a 5-second penalty as he's retired from the race in the pits. Unlucky there for the McLaren, as Paldi is now in the pits. But we've got a battle here for, it looks like, P8 between the Piper, Jamie, and Dusty. Jamie was at the front of the grid, as Jamie is now going to go side by side. Scholes for P6, as Real Harvey, this would be his best race so far this season, as they now come into turn 4. It looks to be a very close battle here for P6. Oh, as Harvey pulls aside, and Jamie, no, not Jamie, the hype Scholes gets past, as there's a Sector 2 yellow flags. That is, I believe, Paldi. No, that's not Paldi, that is F1R Sand. He's had a spin, I believe, but we'll go back up to this battle for P6. Hyped is now going to get that DRS. This is now forming a DRS train, I believe, which Hyped is now, goes right into the back of Bandini, but no wing damage has been caused, as Hyped is going to go down the inside of Bandini. Is he going to get the move down? They're going into turn 4. The game doesn't give us the best camera angle. Let's ride on board with Bandini. Bandini is out of the race, and he goes into the wall out of turn 4, and that is going to be a safety car. As far as I'm aware, a few of the drivers did make a pit, as GTX made a pit, and there is a safety car. So I believe the three soft runners will pit. A few of the mediums will pit as well. So it looks like there was chaos in Mercedes this evening, as one of the championship leaders is now out of the race, and that is Bandini out of the race for Mercedes. So Royal Harvey is going to lead the first ever safety car for the AlphaTauri this evening. This is going to be the first time ever that he has led a lap of the F9 team. Obviously this is the second safety car this evening, but it is the first time that Royal Harvey has led a lap. Unfortunately it has to be under the safety car, as Jamie has got himself back up to P2, obviously with Black Yoshi in P3, with Nicholas in P4. No, that's Daniel in P4, apologies there. Nicholas is in P5. I don't think Daniel's soft tyres will go to the end. They will only last around about 8 to 10 laps. People that are rejoining the chat in the stream chat, let me know, who do you think on this safety car restart is in the best position? Who do you think will take the race win? Who do you think will end up on that podium? Could we see another championship rival out of this race, as Kyle Robb is in P6 but Dustley is all the way. As the drivers are now going to try and keep them tyres up warm on the temperature, as they are now going to enter lap 15, which is roughly around about the halfway mark for the 36 laps. As we are now at lap 15 of 36 under the safety car. The second safety car this evening, which is being led by the AlphaTauri driver of Royal Harvey. Then we've got in second, we've got Jamie. Then we've got in P3, we've got Black Yoshi. Then in P4, we've got CPI Daniel. Then in P5, the pole sitter, which is Nicholas. Then in P6, we've got Kyle Robb. P7, we have Powdy. In P8, we've got Hyped Scholes. Then in P9, we've got IFRA Mendos. Then in P10, we've got Dustley. In P11 we've got the Pied Piper. Then in P12 we've got GTX. Then in last place of the current finishers, well, the current racing, is F1R San. Then your drivers that have retired from the session is FVR Bandini, Petuaka. Then we have Carlsbury. Then we have NLR Florovistic. So we're going to enter lap 16 of 36, as the safety car is taking the curbs quite a lot. I don't know what Bert Mylander is trying to do. As Royal Harvey and Jamie are on 15 lap old tyres respectively, one on the hards and one on the mediums, as F1R San is in the pits. So I believe he is going to go for a medium tyre. I will just run on board with him. So let's see who the biggest gainers are in this race so far. He's made 6 pit stops, F1R San. I think that may be a record in PSGL, I don't know. But the biggest gainers in the race so far is the Royal Harvey, with 16 places made up. He's almost doing a Max Verstappen currently at the moment, last to first. And then the second biggest is Kyle Robb in P6. He came all the way from the back, as the safety car is now in this lap. So we are going to go back to the front of the grid. The only penalty at the moment is F1R San with a 3-second time penalty, so the drivers are keeping within that track limit. As we know, the Austrian Grand Prix can cause numerous track limit warnings and penalties. As Royal Harvey is going to get us underway for the race restart for PSGL season 29 in F9, as the safety car is now going to enter the pits, and it looks like Royal Harvey is already going to go, and he has gone, as they are now going to get back under racing for lap 17 of 36, as they now enter into turn 1. No DRS at the moment, but look at Royal Harvey. He has got that, as it looks like Black Yoshi is going to have a look at Jamie. Obviously, Black Yoshi is on fresh mediums as he goes down the inside. Is he going to go for it late on the brakes? Oh, look at that, as Black Yoshi gets swarmed by the Alpine and Nicholas as well. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 4. This can only go one way, as it looks like Nicholas gets the move done on both of the drivers and gets himself up to that podium place on the safety car restart. But that was fantastic racing by all 3 drivers as they went 3 wide into turn 4, as they now go through turn 5, 6 and 7, as they are now going to come through. As we are now on lap 17 of those 6, sector 2 and sector 3 yellow flags. That is Black Yoshi. He's had a spin after what was a fantastic battle there. As, it looks like Nicholas is going to go down the inside of Jamie. Is he going to get the move done? The fresh mediums versus the worn mediums. This could only going to go one way, as Royal Harvey is getting a bit of a lead, but he is going to get that gap significantly decreased, as Nicholas is all over the back of that Haas. The 2 Ferrari Academy, well, 1 Ferrari Academy, which is the Haas driver. But Nicholas, look at the power and the traction he gets out of turn 3 as they now come into turn 4. Is Jamie going to be bold? Is he going to defend this as they now go into... little bit of a squeeze, as Royal Harvey nearly blocks Nicholas as they now go into turn 5 and 6. This is going to be very close, as they are now sticking the elbows out and they are providing with some fantastic racing. As it looks like, as Hyped has had a spin. There's a little bit of a battle here for P3 as Jamie is battling with the Alpine. But look at this by Kyron Robb. Kyron Robb could potentially be on a net P3 or 4, as Kyron Robb has a look down the inside as they go into turn 1. As Daniel gets the 3-second time penalty, but Daniel doesn't matter about that at the moment, as he now comes into turn 2, which is the kink, as he already gets past. But it looks like they are going to have another look, as Kyron Robb goes down the inside, as Jamie goes wide off the track and Kyron Robb gets the position. It looks like Jamie has got a bit of a worn tyre now, as he's on 18 laps of the mediums, as drivers are passing him quite easily, as he is now dropped to potentially P6, as Powdy is going to go round the outside, it looks like, into turn 6 and 7, but he doesn't get the move done. As look at Mentos, he's on the back of this train as well. They are proving to have fantastic racing, as there is a Alpine off, which is CPI Daniel. He's had a spin as Jamie gets a time penalty, so that promotes Kyron Robb up to P3. Fantastic racing from the Alfa Romeo driver. So it's all chaos in Austria tonight for the PSGL. As Powdy is going to have a battle with, it looks like, as Mentos is going to have a go as well on Jamie as they come now into turn 3, as they are going to get DRS on each other. But look at the McLaren as well, the Pied Piper, he is just sitting back here, licking his lips, thinking, let these guys battle in front. As Mentos is right on the back of Jamie, as I think Jamie is struggling. He may want to pit, but I think he's trying to hold out to lap 26 for the soft compound tyre. As Jamie is now spun round, I believe, and Mentos gets the place as Dusty gets a 3-second time penalty. Sector 2 and Sector 3 yellow flags, that will be for Jamie, as there seems to be now a fight for P5, as Powdy has now broken away, as Mentos is going to go for the move, it looks to be, but he's going to back out of this one as they now go into turn 1. He's going to get the DRS. Look at this 4-car train for P5, as Mentos is going to go down the inside. It's going to be 2 wide behind, as well as F1R San and Dusty are going to go side by side as they go into turn 3. F1R San is going to stick behind, but Dusty is going to stick behind as well. Also on the back of this train is the other Alfa Romeo driver, which is GTX. As Royal Harvey has now dropped to P2, as Nicholas has taken the race lead. He could break the curse in this tier of the first driver to get a pole position and convert it into a race win. As Royal Harvey has now gone for a spin, and them hards, I believe, are now at the crossover stage for the I believe he may be the mediums, or he might try and push the softs. I'm so glad that Haas was he was ghosting, as Harvey is now going to make that pit stop. So we go back up to the front of the grid. So it looks to be a few DRS trains happening at the moment. Oh, we've got a little bit of a battle here for P9, which is Hyped, and Black Yoshi, as Black Yoshi is trying to go down the inside of Hyped. So this is the other Haas driver, as they're going to go into turn 4. A little bit of wheel banging. Is Hyped going to give up the position? Oh, as the Black Yoshi goes off the track and hits the curb. As there was a brief yellow flags there. So we'll go back up to the front, as I believe CPI Daniel is out of the race. Sector 3 yellow flags that may cause a virtual safety car, as Harvey is now going to go through. 12 remain in the Austrian Grand Prix in Spielberg for PSGL F9 tier, the highest assist tier that PSGL has to offer, as Daniel retires. He was the only, I believe, only Alpine here this evening, so no points for the Alpine French team. They'll be disappointed with that, as Kyron Robb has got himself up to P2 and Mentos up to P3, as this could be a double Ferrari podium at the moment. As Nicholas is in the race lead at the moment. Oh, he goes wide off the track. He may get a track warning for that. Look at the train that Mentos is pulling behind him. He's got the clean air, but he's got the drivers behind him as he now comes through turn 3 into the DRS. He's going to have no DRS, but Powdy is going to have DRS. Everybody behind Mentos has DRS, as Jamie sets the fastest lap with a 1 minute 5.1 in the Haas on the soft compound tyre. Lap 24 of 36. 12 laps remain for these 12 drivers to compete for the race win and points that are on offer. As Powdy is within DRS range, he's also in the striking distance of that Ferrari, but he will need the DRS support, as he's now going to get it as he takes the curb. But that McLaren also is on the back of that Aston Martin as they now come into turn 1. No overtakes done so far at the moment, but we will keep on board with, I believe we're going to keep on board with the McLaren, as the McLaren is really closing up that gap, as Kyron Robb has got the position as they go through turn 3, and Kyron Robb is now your race leader, as Nicholas gives up the position, but the track looks to be getting a bit cloudy as Nicholas goes down the inside on turn 4, as they are now going to battle it. Oh, as I believe Nicholas took a little bit of the curb as they now come through turn 5. They're still battling side by side. Fantastic racing between the two drivers, as Kyron Robb gets a 3-second time penalty. So, as Kyron Robb now comes back at Nicholas, this is fantastic racing as Kyron Robb now gets the position, but he's got that 3-second time penalty. He would drop to P2 unless Mentos can put out some fantastic laps in the last 11 laps that remain. Nicholas is right on the back of that Alfa Romeo as they come through into turn 1. They are now going to battle it into turn 2, which would be a kink. It is not an actual proper corner, it is just a kink. As Nicholas now goes down the inside, late on the brakes. Is he going to go for the move? He pushes Karen Robb on the outside, and they now are going to go down into turn 4. They're going to go side by side. Nicholas has got the DRS, but he cannot get the move done. But he has now, as they go now into turn 4, they are now going to battle side by side as they now go into turn 5, and Nicholas gets the position back. But Karen Robb is not going to give up. He wants that race win. This was like a French Grand Prix that we had earlier on in the season, where we had Karen Robb and Bandini battling, but this time it's it's Karen Robb, apologies, and it's going to be Nicholas battle it for the last 10 laps. That is going to happen now in PSGL for the F9 tier on the PlayStation tier platform, as they are now going to battle it for 9 laps left, as they now come into turn 1 and 2. Oh, a little bit of understeer from Karen Robb, as he's now going to get the DRS, as Mentos now gets a 3-second time penalty. So it's all going to be on the line as Paldi is closing up the gap, but we're going to keep on this battle as both the race leader and P2 are now going to battle it as they come out of turn 3. Karen Robb is going to get that DRS. Let's see if he will get the move done, as he gets the move done. So they're trading positions each lap with the DRS. It looks like none of the drivers can keep that position for more than half of a lap to one full lap, as Karen Robb has now got the move firmly done again on Nicholas. As Nicholas will want to get that move done, as he will want to break that curse in this tier of no pole position driver has got the race win on the track, or even off the track after stewards, as they now go into turn 1. Nicholas is going to get DRS again. He hasn't got much ERS, he's only got around about 38%, but he's going to get the slipstream from that Alfa Romeo. Is he going to go for the move? He's not going to go for it this time, so he's going to battle it in to turn 4 when they get down there, as he's now got DRS again. This could be a deciding factor here for the race lead, as Karen Robb needs to build that 3-second gap to Nicholas. But it looks like Paldi also has got past Mentos, so he could be on for his first podium this season in the F9 tier. But we will keep on track with this battle for the race lead, which is Karen Robb, the Welshman, versus Nicholas in the Ferrari for the race lead, as they now will enter lap 29 of 36, as Nicholas will now get the DRS. All sector 2 yellow flags. That will be Royal Harvey, as he is going to regain the car control and get back on to racing in P12. As Nicholas, is he going to go for the move? He doesn't into turn 3. How will the exit for both drivers, as they are on the same worn tyres of 14 laps, as they now send the cars down to turn 4, as Nicholas is going to go for the move into turn 4, as they now come into turn 4. Wow, as Nicholas gets the move done. Is Karen Robb going to battle it? He is going to battle this, it looks to me, as they now come into turn 5 and 6, as they come now to the end of sector 2 into sector 3, I believe, and they have now gone through turn 5 and 6, as they now come through into the last sector and the final chicane. This can cause a track warning and a penalty, so Nicholas needs to be careful of the track warnings. So he is now on lap 36 laps to go. Do get into the chat. Who are you rooting for? Are you rooting for Nicholas to take the race win, or are you going to be rooting for Karen Robb? Or potentially, if there is an incident, can Mentos take the race win? But he is still on course for a podium. And as Karen Robb goes down the inside on lap 30, but he gets the worst traction and the worst exit, as Nicholas gets the move back done with the DRS. Turn 3, no, not turn 3, sector 3. Oh, there's a little bit of rain So this is like Russia earlier. There is rain now coming down, I believe, on the track. So this is going to be a battle as they go through turn 5 and turn 6. They are really battling side by side. Who is going to give up the position? I don't think either of the drivers want to give it up. It is Red Bull versus Alfa Romeo, the two Ferrari engine power cars, as Kyron Robb gets the position back again, as Nicholas will have to settle in that P2 spot, but he knows he's on track. He has got the position as they now enter lap 31 of 36. As they now come out of turn 1, it looks to be that the rain is now coming down. We've got 5 laps remaining. Nicholas is going to go for the move into turn 3. He gets the move done, and he gets the move done successfully as they now enter turn 3. Great exit there from, it looks to be, Nicholas, as Will Harvey has now opted for the intermediate tyres. I don't believe they're the right call right now, as DRS is still enabled. Oh, as Kyron Robb is really pushing that Ferrari car all the way like a train, as they now go through turn 5 into turn 6, as Nicholas seems to be pulling that gap of around about 3/10. As they now come on to lap 32, the medium compound tyres, they may hold the water for a little while, but it looks to be coming down quite heavy now. Will the drivers pit? It doesn't look to be at the moment, as Nicholas is going to come out of turn 1 and won't have the DRS, but Kyron Robb has the DRS, I believe. He does have DRS, so he's going to come down the inside. Look at the launch he gets into turn 3, and he gets the move done. This is going to go down to the wire, I think. No driver wants to give it up, as Kyron Robb gets the position, as Nicholas is going to go round the outside in turn 4, and he gets pushed off into the curb a little bit, but he's going to get that move done as they now come into turn 5, as the rain is coming down even more harder, but Nicholas has got the move done. As Nicholas now gets the move done completely, and I think the switchover may be ready, but they're not going to go for it, I don't think. Neither driver is going to go for the pits for the intermediate tyres, as Nicholas is now going to go for lap 33 of 36. It looks to be also Powdy will be on for his first podium in this tier. Oh, there's a sector 3 yellow flags. That is the other Alfa Romeo, which is GTX, but we will go. Oh, as Dustley is out of the race, that will cause a virtual safety car, I believe. That is the other championship leader, as there's a safety car on lap 33 of 36. We are now going to be under a safety car for, I believe, a 1 or maybe 2 laps in the Austrian Grand Prix for PSGL Season 29 in F9. This race has been absolutely fantastic, and it has provided some of the best racing we can see in league racing, and we are now going to be under the safety car. I believe we will see pit stops being made for the intermediate compound tyre. DRS is still enabled, but the drivers are now going to get very slippery surface. We will ride on board with Nicholas. Is he going to pit? I believe he will. Nicholas does not pit. Neither does Kyron Robb. Is Mentos going to pit? Mentos does not pit. But Powdy, oh, that is very unsafe there by Mentos, as he cut across the pit just like Lando Norris did in Russia earlier today. That was very unsafe by the Ferrari driver, as he cut across Powdy into the pits. As Hyped is now up to P3 after not opting for a pit stop. The same with Kyron Robb and Nicholas. So all the drivers have opted for the intermediate compound tyres, except from the top 3. They are sticking on the same tyre. They are 19 laps old. They are on the medium compound tyre. this is pretty much the same situation as the Russian Grand Prix, as safety car will be in this lap, and not everybody is even in the safety car queue, so we are going to get back under racing. But the only two people in front of the safety car is the race leader, which is Nicholas, and the Alfa Romeo driver of Karen Robb. And oh no, we've also got now Hyped Scholes. He is now going to be on the back of this train, so it's going to be a three-way battle for that race win. It's going to be Nicholas versus Karen Robb versus Hype Scholes, but also it looks to be that Mentos. Oh, we've had a little bit of a change here. Oh, Karen Robb is going to follow the safety car in the pits, so Nicholas is going to get us back under racing, and it looks to be Hyped is all over the back of that Ferrari as they now go into turn one. Hyped gets and he's got a little bit of understeer. The rain is now completely fully on the track as there is the ghosted car of Real Harvey. Jamie is going to pit as well, as I believe where he's coming up. He's in P6, so he's got 2 laps to get up as quick as possible, but he has got people with penalties in front of him. As Hyped now goes into P2, but a little bit of a lock-up on the mediums, and there's a sector 1 yellow flags. That is, I believe, F1R San. And the only 2 drivers at the front are on the medium compound tyre, but Powdy could potentially take a P2 as Hyped has a penalty. I will double check that. It is 3 seconds. So, as Powdy is going to go down the inside of the Haas driver, and he is going to get that move done and get himself up to P2. And also the Pied Piper could get himself on a podium at sector 2 yellow flags. That is the Haas driver of, I believe, Jamie. As Black Yoshi drops down into P9, and that is a spin for the Williams driver. His teammate is out of the race, but look at the Pied Piper. He's going to make this move on the Haas driver, and it may have been the wrong decision for Hyped. As we've got a battle here for the race lead, as Nicholas is going to push Powdy off the track, as they're now going to go into turn 4, as Nicholas is your race leader at the moment, but this could all change as Powdy goes down the inside late on the brakes. And it looks like Nicholas loses the position, and he loses a second one as the Pied Piper in the McLaren gets up to P2. And it looks to be that it is Inter for the right tyre choice as Powdy now comes through the final few corners. He is going to take his first race win in PSGL, as he is now going to come up to the final chicane. He's got that McLaren behind him, but Powdy is going to take the race lead, the provisional race lead, pending the stewards' investigations. And he is your season 29 PSGL Round 7 Austrian Grand Prix race winner for the F9 tier, with the Pied Piper taking P2 in the McLaren. A bit of a redemption day for the McLaren driver. Then Nicholas in P3 after fantastic battles on the track. Then Hyped Scholes will take P4. Then Mentos will take P5. Then Karen Robb will take P6. Then GTX in P7. We'll just wait for the F1R San to take P8. As he crosses the line in P8, then Black Yoshi will take P9 when he crosses the line. As he now takes P9. And then we'll wait for Jamie and the Royal Harvey to complete there, as Jamie now completes the top 10 in P10. And we'll just wait for the Royal Harvey to finish the race. So that is the race done for round 7 for the Austrian Grand Prix in Spielberg this evening for the F9 tier in PSGL, as the Pied Piper takes the driver of the day in game. But let me know in the stream chat, who was your driver of the day? Did you expect that there was going to be that much of the rain to come in the final few laps, but it is an Aston Martin race win in the F9 tier for the PSGL PS platform, as they now celebrate on the podium places. So it's an Aston Martin P1 with the McLaren in P2, then it's a Ferrari who rounds off the top 3. So we'll just wait for the race results from the game. So Paudi, the Irishman, takes your race win in the F9 tier for round 7 in the PSGL PS platform. The Pied Piper gets his first podium of the season, and the same for Niklas in P3. Then we've got Hype Shoals in P4, then Mentos in P5, Kyle Rob in P6, GTX in P7, that's the 2 Alfa Romeos. F1R San takes P8, then Black Yoshi in P9, Jamie rounds off the top 10 in P10, then we've got Royal Harvey in P11, Dustley is the first retirement, then we've got in P13 we've got Daniel, then in P14 we've got Bandini, then we've got Pet Jacket in P15, then we've got Carlsbury in P16, and then Florovistic in P17. So that is the race concluded for the PSGL F9 tier on the PS platform for the season 29. It has been an exciting race in Austria this evening, full of overtakes and fantastic racing in the dry and even in the wet as well. But until next time, when we return for round 8 in the F9 tier, which is the highest PSGL platform tier for the PS platform, then we will see you next week, where myself and Jackson will return for round 8. Until next time, do like and subscribe on the PSGL YouTube channel, and we will see you for round 8. And it's good night from myself, which is Storm Kings 15, and we will see you next week.